Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. Do appreciate the support, and hopefully today we can whip up some good things for everybody, and hopefully we have some good stocks to trade. It does appear that way, so hopefully today's going to be a good day. All right. So many of you probably seen that absolute shit show recap video I uploaded yesterday of me losing like 2,500. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, not sure. Basically, just broke every single. I don't want to say broke every rule. Just everything I did was just not good. And some days are like that. So I took a break from trading, hopped out, grabbed some lunch, came back, and ended my day up $5,600. Yep. So again, when you're trading stupid, you have to realize you're trading stupid. And I took a break, grabbed lunch, came back, and hopped back in and just nailed a bunch of trades and ended my day up $5,600. So you don't see that on YouTube because, I didn't make a recap video of it. But again, whatever I make in that live video that I record and then put on YouTube, that's what it's going to be stated. So if I make, 2,000 in that video, I'll tell you I made 2,000, but I may make 4,000 or may end up losing a little bit later in the day. But if you're a premium member, you'll know what I ended up finishing out for the day. So whatever is recorded in that video is specifically what you're going to see on YouTube. So it's not always 100% for the day because I might continue trading and there might be some things that change. I do short stocks, but right now I'm trading penny stocks because they're all hot, and with TD Ameritrade, I can't really short penny stocks, so I naturally have to buy long on them. So that's kind of the situation. Now, I could switch brokers and I actually have an account with Lightspeed that I'm depositing money into soon, but still they don't have the biggest short list. So there's a couple reasons, but I do still short when there's plays to short, right? So people always ask that, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's not that I don't, it's just it depends, right? There used to be the people who say Connor doesn't trade penny stocks. I don't want to follow him because he doesn't trade penny stocks. No, I do trade penny stocks, but I only give you them when they're worth trading. Have you guys noticed my watch list for the past week and a half? What have they been? They've been all penny stocks, as I stated. I only trade penny stocks when they're worth trading. Throughout the summertime, they're going to be very slow, so I'm not going to waste my time. If you want to go ahead and search far and beyond to try and find a penny stock to trade throughout summer, be my guest, but the chances are you're just going to be going in a vicious circle of not having anything really good to trade, and then you're going to take not the best setup. So again, for any of you that thought I don't trade penny stocks, I only trade them when they're good. Yep, premium service gives live feed. Yes, sir, it does. Jake, yep, great scanners, trade idea scanners. I use trade idea scanners for penny stocks, high day penny stock scanners. Yep. And yeah, even if I don't, that's the thing, because some people only want to see, some people only trade penny stocks. They're only going to tune in if they can trade them. So, I try and make it so everybody has it makes sense to follow my channel. But again, I'm only going to provide information that I see has value, right? So I'm not going to talk about penny stocks if they don't have value, but right now they do. Yep, Trade Zero not available in the U.S. No, I'm not going to do a recap video of those wins. I just don't have time to consistently make that many videos. I don't have the time to constantly do those. So anyways, we're going to hop into it. We'll go over to the next screen here so you guys can see what I'm trading. So that's my watch list right there. IGC, NBEV, and HMNY again. Super simple, right? People are like, oh, well, why aren't you changing it up? And I don't need to change it up. I can make money on those, and I have been making money on those. Yesterday, I was sucked in the beginning of the day, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Why do I keep changing my background? I've had that background for a couple days. I haven't really changed it. I don't know. I'm playing around. I'm having fun, doing some things. But anyways, there's my watch list. These are the stocks that are gapping up and down, so you can go ahead and write those down if you need to. And then we're going to go ahead and hop into the next screen. So I'm going to go ahead and move over screens now into the analyzing of the stocks, and we'll hop back to this towards the end of the stream for anybody who tunes in later or didn't have enough time to write these down. Let's see, go to scene 4. All right. So here we are. We're going to look at the first stock on my watch list, which is NBEV. So currently going to be trading NBEV. I am actually already long on the stock since pre-market. I did kind of send out a little bit of an alert in our premium channel about it. So what am I? I'm up about 820 bucks on NBEV here this morning with 2,000 shares. I've been long since I've been long on NBEV since 824. So basically right there, I was long, still holding it. Didn't sell any here. Still not going to sell. Just going to hold them, see what they do. I'm not super crazy about it, right? Or not super crazy about selling them. The reason why is I'm just kind of being a little bit more patient with these. I do believe that NBEV is in a cup and handle pattern. I'll show you. Right, so I do believe we're in a cup and handle, which therefore means there's a good chance we're going to break out to the upside. So I'm going to test this pattern, see if we do in fact get that what I'm looking for. Even if we don't, I'll probably still make money on the trade. So I do believe this is a cup and handle pattern, or that's what it's turning into now. So we should, if it is, push higher. So I'm holding for the larger gain at this point, seeing what happens. So it is picking up pre-market, going to be following it today. It's going through a big pullback, right? That's well anticipated, definitely expected. I mean, it went from $7.74 to a high of $9. So to think that it's not going to pull back, of course it's going to pull back. It would make sense. And it's actually healthy that it's pulling back, because now it's probably going to give people an opportunity to buy back into it in the morning when the bell opens. I highly doubt this is going to crash all the way down below 824. So probably not going to go negative on the trade no matter what, based on the entry I have. So I'm more than happy just kind of sitting on it for right now. So again, going to be following NBEV today for some long bias trading. IGC. So IGC, it was a little bit better earlier, but I'll still talk about it. Based on IGC, I do see that it could potentially be, it's definitely a bubble, for sure. It's a bubble, but it's also pulled back right to the 50% retracement level, and it's kind of holding up there. So I do think there is a small chance we could see a bounce, some bouncing on IGC today, which makes me think there might be opportunity for a long bias trade. But if it starts breaking below 766, then I would say there isn't going to be much long plays on it. We'll see. But again, IGC, let me put on a 180-day 4-hour chart. So again, IGC, big pullback from 14 down to 7. So it's already basically retraced 50% on the way back. So I'm assuming we're probably going to start seeing a little bit of a bounce on it. If it continues to pull back, I would say look for a bounce somewhere around $6 on IGC. Whether it gets to $6 today or not, I don't know. But if it does, sure, I'll trade it down there too. Next one, HMNY, right? I never talk about sub penny stocks, and there's a reason, but sure, I'll talk about it because everyone is asking still. So believe it or not, I traded this yesterday on a bounce 2 times, but I traded a bounce right here. I bought, probably not going to believe it, but yesterday, right there on that bounce, I bought, that might not work. Yeah, that'll work. 750. So yesterday on that bounce, I bought 750,000 shares for like a $2,000 win. It's pretty small win in regards to how many shares I have, but it was a low price penny stock. I seen it was going to bounce on the 50, so I just slammed in a bunch of shares and scalped it on the way up. But anywho, the only reason I'm mentioning HMNY is simply because HMNY. Oh, hold on. And if you don't, hold on. Just so you guys trust me there, just so you know. Ready? And if you didn't believe it, I'll show you. Or is it 700,000? Oh, maybe it was. I don't know. So again, I did a scalp here for 350,000 shares, and then I did a scalp here for, maybe it was just 700,000. Okay, maybe it was 700. I did a scalp for 700,000, bought there, sold them right there. So I got a 31-1, scalped them up to 32 for, a nice win there. So anyways, there's that. Now, in regards to HMNY, if you look at the news on HMNY, it will state that The company is not talking bankruptcy. They have raised 65 million. So company raised up 65 million to probably continue doing what they're doing. And as we can see, it's not a good company. So don't think that just because they're raising 65 million that this thing's going to be awesome. It's just going to turn into a great company. It used to be $44 and then it crashed all the way down to pennies. So that clearly doesn't show signs of a strong company. With that being said, I followed HMNY and I know all about it and I've traded it many times. So I'm pretty comfortable talking about it in regards, since it's a sub penny stock now. But again, there's kind of a lot of hype around HMNY right now because of that news, because of that move yesterday, because of it just being HMNY, from all the chat rooms that have ever talked about it, the fact that it's up this big, it's creating kind of like a lot of buzz right now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it actually continue moving higher. Will it move like it did yesterday? I don't know, right? Will it move up at all? I don't know. What I do know is a lot of people are talking about it. Even I'm talking about it. So think about that, right? If I'm talking about it, I never talk about a sub penny stock. So if I'm talking about it, even I could say there might be opportunity for it today. So that's kind of saying a lot, I personally think. If I'm going to talk about a sub penny stock, there has to be somewhat of some optimism there. And I do have some optimism for HMNY. So I would say HMNY is not even a bad idea to keep on watch for a long today. I know some of you guys want to trade these lower price stocks, and I would say this might be one. Now, it is up very big from yesterday. So do understand, this thing's up like a ton. Like, I don't know, maybe 300 some odd percent, 5, I don't even know. What is it up? Let's see. Or let's see, where did it go from the high? So starting at the day, it went up 260% to the high. It reached a high of 300% in pre-market trading today. It's currently up from yesterday starting. Opening bell, it's up about 168%. So it's up pretty big, but I would say there is some chance that this ends up having a long play. So, you know, what you basically got to do here is just see if it holds support, right? It's got this after-hour support right around, what is that, like 37 cents. It's kind of got this like other support from yesterday around like the 35-cent mark. So I would just watch the 37, 35. If it can hold, then yeah, it might actually end up being okay for a long. And I would just draw a trend line from pre-market down. And that's it. If this thing can travel this trend and eventually break out to that trend, yeah, it might be good for a long play. That's basically about it there with HMNY. It actually filled relatively fast because there's so many people trading it. So it actually did. It took a few seconds, but it did actually fill pretty quickly. Reverse stock split they keep talking about. Nothing about it. If they do a reverse stock split, they do a reverse stock split. Price will go up, but you're not going to make money on it. The stock split doesn't make you money at all. Probably plenty of bag holders. So those are like the three stocks that I'll probably be keeping an eye on. So SAEX, the stock that went to 30 and then dropped out. So the only play I see here with SAEX is that it got some news, popped up, and now they're kind of holding the support so you could watch for some type of pop. I think that's possible to happen, right? It went to 30, dropping down, holding support. There might be a small little morning pop on it. So that's what I would watch for SAEX. PTIE, sure. PTIE grinded up all day long, still kind of holding support. This is also another penny stock that I would keep on watch. I won't go over too much, but I would say PTIE is another one. Push up, holding, could see a pop there, could see something happen. Not a bad idea. VTVT was a pump. So yesterday I didn't anticipate that it would have broke that. So basically I was saying it would probably not go higher than like the gap fill, but since it broke the gap fill, it ended up squeezing even harder. So kudos to anybody who traded that. I missed the whole move. I actually tried to get long 10,000 shares. I think it was on this move right here. Tried to buy 10,000 shares long, couldn't get filled, ended up canceling my order, looked at something else and missed the move. So unfortunate for me that I didn't get filled on that. But anyways, what else? I mean, yeah, there's PTIE, SAEX. There's a few stocks gapping up here this morning. AMD, I am so done trading AMD. I can never get it right. It's like my kryptonite. So with AMD, it had a big sell-off, basically down to the 50 moving average. So yesterday would have been a good buy around that 50 moving average to hold for a possible swing. I would say watch AMD potentially to the long side or for a green day today. I think it's more susceptible to a green day than anything else. How is it possible to not get filled on a market order? So it, if well, that's the thing. Most people and most traders have no clue. I literally just did a class on this yesterday with market orders and a lot of limit orders and things like that. People have no clue. I don't want to sound rude here, but most people have no clue what it really means to put in a market order, how orders even get executed, how ladder jumping works. Nobody has a clue. And so a lot of people bash me about using market orders, but they don't even know really anything about them or how it works and how limit orders actually work and how the spreads are moved. And so I get a lot of hate for it, but it is what at the end of the day, I don't care. I still make money. So market makers, let me put it this way, quick little lesson for you guys. Market makers are the dudes in the black suits in the exchanges. Those guys manage a few stocks and they trade those stocks day in and day out. The market maker's job is to provide liquidity. Okay, so let me put it this way. If you're trying to get filled on something like a limit order, and let me put it this, if you put in an order and nobody's willing to sell to you, but you want to get in, what do? You put in a market order so the market maker can fill your order. He's the liquidity provider within the stock. So if you're not getting filled on a market order, that's because the market maker doesn't have enough liquidity at that time to fill your position size. Or he's waiting to get shares at a different price, a better price, than sell them to you. So essentially, at that time, the market maker didn't have enough liquidity to provide me the 10,000 shares. That's simple as that. That's how. So everyone thinks that just by putting a market order, you're going to get in instantly. That's a big misconception again, and where that's just it. And that's okay. You'll learn as time goes on, but the market maker's job is to provide liquidity. If you're not getting filled on a market order, it's because the market maker doesn't have the liquidity for you, and he's probably around searching, trying to get those shares for you, right? No, I'm not a big fan of TLRY. The spread's kind of stupid, and the stock's pretty stupid as well. Let's see where that's at these days, anyways. Yeah. Well, see, TLRY makes moves. Majority of its moves happen like in I don't want to say the short play, but a lot of the moves happen in after hours and pre-market trading for the most part. But again, like I said, TLRY, it's a bubble. It should keep coming down. It might kind of hang out for a bit, but chances are we're going to see TLRY in the future down towards like $50 to $30, somewhere in that area. All right, actually, let's go back to this screen. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys. So any of you guys that are tuning in a little bit later, here's the watch list once again, and those are all the stocks that I'll be, or those are all the stocks that are gapping up and down for the day, so you can write those down, take a screenshot. See, and that's another thing. Everyone goes, oh, well, and it's not, I'm not here to Showtime, not here to bash it. Oh, well, you don't get a ton of slippage. People don't understand how it works. They don't understand it, right? Again, you don't just get slippage, right? Again, just think about it. The market is all based on supply and demand. People think when you put in a market order, you can get filled at whatever price. That's a lie. Anybody who tells you that and anybody who tells you in the future, tell them they're wrong and they should come watch my channel because I'll teach them otherwise. All right, if you put in a market order, you're not just going to get filled at any random price, okay? Because there's supply and demand. Right? If the market maker is just going to fill you, right? If there's someone trying to sell shares, there's someone trying to sell shares at like let's just say $1, right? And then there's someone trying to buy shares at 95 cents, and then you put in a market order, you're not going to get filled at $1.20 because then there'd be no point to putting in a market order when you could just go buy the shares from the person selling them at $1. It would remove the purpose of the market maker, and that's not going to happen. Okay, so it's all based on supply and demand. So you gotta. Yeah, just because information's out there doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. And even some of the stuff I say, just because I say it doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% right all the time. I'm wrong still, but again, just because like basically I would say any information you learn from a lot of people on like the Facebook groups, or especially those who trade on Robinhood, when they're like, oh, don't do a Robinhood market order, you're going to get filled at the most random price. It's not even correct. No, it is correct. Anytime you put in a market order, it is 100% correct. It is not a mistake. It's completely accurate. It may not be the price you were hoping for, but it's accurate. Sure as shit. How long have I been trading? Like 5 years I've been trading. So anyways, again, I'm opening an account with, or actually already opened it. I just have to, transfer some money. I've always known, like, everyone's like, oh, they'll be like, oh, you should be trading on a real broker for day trading. It's like, okay, tell me something I don't know. Okay. Like people, it's like, oh, well, oh man, it kills me to see you using thinkorswim buy buttons. You need to get on a real trading broker. Okay. Have you seen my channel? Tell me something I don't know. Like, I know these things. Right? I'm not just, I know. Okay. Like, and that's okay. I guess, people you can speak their opinion. But yeah, I opened up a Lightspeed account. The reason I've always used TD Ameritrade is because I like TD Ameritrade. I like using their charts. I like everything all in one. So you have to, as a trader, figure out what works well for you. What are you in it for? Personally, I like TD Ameritrade. So yeah, I'm not like super caught up on maybe not having the super fast lightning execution speed, right? It doesn't work well for me to put in limit orders with the way I trade occasionally. So yeah, every once in a while I'll put in limit orders, but when I'm doing quick fast day trading with thousands of shares, yeah, I need to get the hell in the stock. So I'll just mark it in because I know how to effectively use a market order. People who don't, they're going to get caught off and think it's a scam. It's not, I know. So I am opening an account with Lightspeed so I can see what all the hype is about with their execution. And yeah, if the execution speed is that much greater and I can get in the share size I want through limit orders, then yeah, I might stick with them. But still, I'm going to use TD Ameritrade for the charting. I love TD Ameritrade in terms of customer support. You ask them a question and it's answered, right? So again, as a trader, you got to figure out, first off, what you're in it for, what's going to work well for you, what works best for you. And so that's just it, right? Oh yeah, I hate HMNY. I hate Tesla, right? I hate a lot of things, right? But again, just because you hate something doesn't mean you can't trade it. People, again, misconceptions, right? I hate Tesla. I would never invest in Tesla. I would only trade them. I would never invest in HMNY, but I'll trade them. So yeah, I will more than gladly trade it and make money. Wherever there's, again, like I always say, wherever there's opportunity, you will find me. Where there's not opportunity, or at least I don't think there's opportunity, you won't find me. Plain and simple. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I got to head back to the private service premium group members. So I'll see you guys all for the recap video, hopefully better than yesterday. And then I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning for Friday for another pre-market watch list. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day.